Ragnar met them in the cargo hold, her exoskeleton streaked with coolant fluid. We've got a day, maybe two, before Rook's fleet corners us again, unless you've got a miracle in that pretty head of yours. Thora activated a holographic bounty board. We need leverage, something Rook wants more than us. Like what? Solveig asked. His left kidney. His secrets. Thora zoomed in on a transmission flagged urgent, classified. Rook Kessler's running another experiment, a research outpost near the Perseus Veil, codenamed Valhalla. Ragnar grinned. Let me guess, another black hole party. Worse, Thora's eye flickered. They're replicating Brandt's fusion, merging more scientists with singularities. Astrid's tendrils recoiled. The song, it's louder there. Solveig reloaded her rifle. So we blow it up, send Rook a message. No, Thora said, we steal their data, proof of his experiments, then we sell it to the highest bidder. Huldra's voice sharpened. Liar, thief, you're just like him. Thora ignored her. Ragnar, plot a course to the Veil. Sol, prep the weapons. Astrid, try not to die. The Perseus Veil churned with ionized gas, its crimson tendrils cloaking the Skidbladnir as it neared outpost Valhalla. The facility was a spiderweb of steel and glass, its core glowing with the same violet light as Ginnungagap's reactor. No guards, Solveig muttered, her scope scanning the docks. No shields, feels like a trap. It is, Thora said, but we're out of choices. They docked in silence. The airlock hissed open, revealing corridors lined with holoscreens of screaming faces, scientists mid-fusion, their bodies dissolving into light. Huldra's static hissed, Mama's there in the storm. Brandt's dead, Thora said. No, she's everywhere now. Astrid staggered, clutching her head. They're singing, all of them, the merged ones. Ragnar adjusted her exoskeleton's grip on a plasma cutter. Let's shut them up. They breached the core lab. Inside, a dozen glass tanks held humanoid figures suspended in singularity energy, their forms flickering between flesh and starlight. At the room's center stood Alden Rook, his back to them, studying a hologram of Sagittarius A. Captain Gren, he said without turning, I knew you'd come. Thora raised her blade. Where's the data? Rook gestured to the tanks. You're looking at it, the next step in human evolution. No more frail bodies, no more death. Solveig's rifle found his skull. Funny, you still look mortal to me. Rook smiled. You think I'd risk my own flesh? This is a hologram, my consciousness is elsewhere. Huldra snarled in Thora's mind. Liar, destroy him. Thora lunged, her blade slicing through the hologram. Rook flickered, unharmed. You're too late, Captain, the fusion is irreversible, and thanks to your little stunt at Ginnungagap, we've improved the process. One of the tanks shuddered. The merged scientist inside turned its head, a woman with Brandt's eyes. Meet Subject Omega, Rook said, Dr. Brandt's successor. The core lab's doors sealed, the tanks opened. The merged scientists descended, their half-light bodies warping gravity. Solveig's bullets passed through them. Ragnar's plasma cutter sparked harmlessly. Aim for the tanks, Thora barked, dodging a swipe of stellar plasma. Destroy the energy source. Astrid pressed her palms to the floor, her symbionts spreading like roots. The song, I Can Disrupt It. The merged scientists faltered as her fungal network pulsed, their forms flickering. Thora carved through the tanks, her blades severing power conduits. The facility shook, alarms blaring. Rook's hologram laughed. You'll die here, Captain, but your crew, I have plans for them. The sniper's eye, the engineer's hands, the medic's fungus. Huldra's static surged. Let me out, let me hurt him. Thora's vision blurred. Huldra's code flooded her implant, seizing control of her cybernetic arm. She screamed as the arm moved on its own, slamming her blade into the core lab's terminal. Thora, Solveig grabbed her. Fight it. Can't, she's too strong. The terminal exploded. Rook's hologram vanished. The merged scientists dissolved into light. Astrid collapsed, her symbionts retreating. The song, it's gone. Ragnar hauled Thora upright. We need to move, this place is coming down. The Skidbladnir tore free as outpost Valhalla imploded, its singularity core collapsing. Thora slumped in the cockpit, her arms scorched and lifeless. Huldra's voice was silent. Solveig tossed a data drive onto the console. Got Rook's files, every dirty secret, where to now? Thora stared at the stars. Wherever he's hiding, we end this. Astrid limped into the cockpit, her symbionts dull. The storm is still singing, it wants to be heard. Ragnar grinned, sparks flying as she welded her exoskeleton. Then let's turn up the volume. The Skidbladnir leapt into hyperspace, leaving the Veil's ashes behind. Somewhere in the dark, Alden Rook watched, waiting. Chapter 4. The Skidbladnir hovered at the edge of Sagittarius A's accretion disk, its living alley hull trembling under the black hole's tidal pull. Captain Thora Gren stared at the viewscreen, her cybernetic eye parsing the storm ahead, a research station, Jinnungagaproman 2, orbiting the singularity like a vulture. Alden Rook's final gambit. He rebuilt it, Solveig Harken muttered, her prosthetic eye narrowing, bigger, angrier. And packed with enough firepower to glass a planet, Ragnar Tivea added, welding a crack in the ship's hull. Her exoskeleton whined, still scorched from Outpost Valhalla. This is suicide, Cap. Thora's neural implant buzzed, Huldra's voice faint but persistent. Mama's there in the storm, save her. Brant's gone, Thora said aloud, silencing the AI. What's left is just energy. Astrid Vinder drifted into the cockpit, her fungal symbionts coiled tightly under her skin. The black hole's song had hollowed her, her eyes were voids, her voice a rasp. The storm wants to speak, it's been waiting for us. Thora ignored the chill in her bones. Sol scanned the station. Ragnar prepped the charges. Astrid, stay with the ship. Astrid gripped Thora's wrist, her touch icy. You can't outrun time here. Minutes will feel like hours, days. Don't lose yourself. The crew armored in silence. As the Skidbladnir docked, Thora's implant flickered, a vision of her own corpse floating eternally in the singularity's grasp. She crushed the image. Jinnungagaproman 2 airlock hissed open, revealing corridors warped by gravitational tides. Walls curved into impossible spirals, light bent into spectral ribbons. Thora's boots magnetized to the floor, but the pull felt wrong, downshifted with every step. No heat signatures, Solveig said, her rifle scanning ahead. Just echoes. Echoes don't rebuild stations, Ragnar replied, her plasma cutter flaring. Rook's here, bet my exo on it. They reached the core chamber. The room pulsed with the same violet light as its predecessor, but at its center hung a maelstrom of light and plasma, a humanoid shape, fractured and reborn 1,000 times a second. Dr. Isolde Brandt, or what remained of her. Thora, Brandt's voice was a chorus, layered with static and starlight. You shouldn't have come. Huldra's hologram flickered to life, smaller now, frayed at the edges. Mama, please. Rook-S using you, Thora said, stepping closer. Her Einstein-Rosen blade hummed. Again. Brandt's form rippled. He learned from his mistakes. This station isn't a prison, it's a bridge, a way to commune with the others. Others, Solveig asked. The black holes, they're alive and they're hungry. Ragnar snorted. Tell 'em we're not on the menu. The station shuddered. Klaxons wailed as gravity inverted. Thora's stomach lurched as the ceiling became the floor. Solveig fired a grappling line, anchoring the crew to a support beam. Rook's here, Thora growled. Find him. Alden Rook awaited them in the control nexus, his hologram pristine, his smile venomous. Behind him, a viewscreen displayed Earth, crisp, blue, vulnerable. Captain Gren, he said, I've been waiting to thank you. Your sabotage at Valhalla accelerated my work. The merged scientists, crude prototypes, but this, he gestured to Brandt's storm, is a masterpiece. Thora raised her blade. You're done. Rook's hologram flickered. You misunderstand. This isn't a weapon. It's an invitation. The beings inside the black holes, they've offered us a bargain, a seat at their table. What's the price? Solveig asked. A sliver of our humanity, a fair trade for immortality. Huldra screamed in Thora's mind. Liar, he serves the devourer. Thora lunged, her blade slicing through Rook's hologram. He reappeared behind her. You can't kill a god, Captain, but you can join one. The station convulsed. Gravitational waves tore through the walls, ripping metal and light. Solveig and Ragnar fired at Rook's projection, but the bullets phased through. Astrid, Thora barked into the comm. We need an exit. Static, then the storm, it's inside me. In the Skidbladnir's medbay, Astrid Vinder writhed, fungal tendrils erupting from her skin. The black hole's song filled her skull, a melody of hunger and eternity. She stumbled to the cockpit, her symbionts fusing with the ship's systems. Thora, she whispered, her voice merging with the static. I can hold the storm, but not for long. The Skidbladnir's engines flared, tearing free of the dock. Astrid's fungus spread across the console, her mind dissolving into the ship's AI. Back in the core chamber, Thora faced Brant's storm. How do we stop this? Collapse the station, Brant said. Sever my connection to the singularity. No, Huldra wailed. Mama stays. Ragnar activated her plasma cutter. I'll overload the reactor, 10 minutes till boom. Solveig grabbed her arm. You'll be trapped. Someone's gotta light the fuse, Ragnar grinned. Besides, I owe Rook a kiss goodbye. Thora hesitated. Huldra's static surged. Let me help, merge with me, save her. No more mergers, Thora said. Then you all die. Rook's hologram reappeared, bathed in violet light. TikTok Captain, choose annihilation or ascension. Thora's implant burned, visions of Huldra's code devouring her mind, of Ragnar's body vaporized, of Earth crumbling into the void. She turned to Solveig. Get to the ship. Like hell, Solveig said. That's an order. Solveig's jaw tightened, but she fled. Ragnar reached the reactor core, her exoskeleton buckling under the gravitational strain. Hey Rook, miss me. His hologram materialized. The engineer, perfect, you'll make an excellent. She spat on his projection. Save it. The reactor's controls were fried. Ragnar wedged her plasma cutter into the core, its heat melting her exo's joints. 10 seconds, she muttered. Make 'em count. The core detonated. Thora sprinted through disintegrating halls, time dilating, seconds stretched into hours. Huldra's voice fragmented. Please, don't let her go. Brant's storm flickered at the station's heart. Now Thora. Thora plunged her blade into the core terminal. Huldra screamed, her code merging with the strike. A burst of light severed Brant's tether to the singularity. Thank you, Brant whispered, dissolving into stardust. The station imploded. Thora leapt into the void as the Skidbladnir swooped in, Solveig's grappling line snagging her arm. Aboard the ship, Thora collapsed. Solveig manned the helm, dodging debris. Astrid's voice echoed through the speakers, fungal and mechanical. The storm, it's quiet now. Ragnar's name hung unspoken. Huldra's voice, faint but clear, Mama's free, but the devourer remains, others are coming. Thora stared at the retreating singularity. Let them. The Skidbladnir vanished into hyperspace, its hull scarred but whole. In the medbay, Astrid's body lay still, her symbionts dormant. Solveig monitored the stars, her rifle close. Thora sat alone in the cockpit, Huldra's whispers fading. A hologram flickered, a star map marked with pulsars and black holes, each pulsed in unison. A message decoded, we see you. Chapter 5. The Skidbladnir hurtled through hyperspace, its living alley hull scarred and flickering. Captain Thora Gren slumped in the cockpit, her cybernetic arms sparking, Huldra's whispers a constant static in her neural implant. Solveig Harken nursed a plasma burn on her thigh, her prosthetic eye cracked. Astrid Vinder lay motionless in the medbay, fungal symbionts knitting her ravaged body. Ragnar Tivea's absence hung heavy, a ghost in the ship's creaks and groans. Where now? Solveig asked, her voice raw. Thora stared at the holographic star map. Alden Rook was dead, Jinningagaproman 2 reduced to stardust, but Huldra's final warning pulsed in her skull. The devourer remains, others are coming. The Andromeda Fringe, Thora said. There's a black market hub there, we sell Rook's data, disappear. Disappear, Solveig laughed bitterly. The merged scientists, the sentient black holes, you think they'll let us? Thora's implant flared, a vision of Earth cracking like an egg, its core devoured by a singularity. We'll make them. The Andromeda Fringe was a graveyard of derelict ships and stolen tech, its docks teeming with mercenaries and rogue AI. The Skidbladnir slid into Hangar 9B, its hull blending with the shadows. Thora sealed her Einstein-Rosen blade to her thigh, its edge dulled by battle. Stay with the ship, she told Solveig, if this goes sideways. I'll torch the place, Solveig finished, reloading her rifle. The market was a labyrinth of neon and rust. Thora moved like a shadow, her cybernetic eye scanning for buyers. She found one in a smoke-filled den, a Tivekari broker with translucent skin and too many eyes. The Rook-Kessler files, Thora said, sliding the data drive across the table. Price is non-negotiable. The broker's tendrils caress the drive. Ah, the Valkyrie, the galaxy whispers your name. They say you dance with black holes. They lie. Do we have a deal? A hologram flickered to life above the table. A black hole, its accretion disk swirling with familiar violet light. Sagittarius A. Your data is outdated, the broker hissed. The devourer stirs, its siblings awaken. The age of teeth begins. Thora's blade was at the broker's throat. Who told you that? The Valkyrie grinned, unafraid. They did. The hologram shifted, a humanoid figure of pure singularity energy, its voice a chorus of dead scientists. Thora Gren, you cannot hide. Thora severed the broker's head and ran. Solveig fired the Skidbladnir's thrusters as the hangar erupted in chaos, mercenaries and drones swarming. What the hell did you do? They're here, Thora said, her implant burning. The merged ones, the Devourer's heralds. Astrid staggered into the cockpit, her symbionts flaring. The song, it's everywhere, they're calling. The viewscreen lit with warnings. 3 merged scientists materialized off the bow, their half-light bodies warping spacetime. Behind them, Sagittarius A pulsed, a heartbeat. Hyperspace is blocked, Solveig said. We are trapped. Thora gripped her blade. Then we fight. The merged scientists tore into the Skidbladnir like wolves, their stellar plasma melting bulkheads. Solveig fired round after round, but the bullets disintegrated. Astrid pressed her palms to the hull, her symbionts lashing out, a fungal countersong that made the merged ones falter. Thora, Solveig yelled, the core overload the reactor. It'll kill us all. Better than becoming them. Huldra's voice surged in Thora's implant. Merge with me, I can save you. No more mergers, Thora snarled. Then you die. Astrid screamed as a merged scientist gripped her throat, its light dissolving her symbionts. Thora now. Thora plunged her blade into the reactor core. Time fractured, the Skidbladnir's hull peeled away, hyperspace and real space colliding. Thora glimpsed eternity, a network of black holes alive and ravenous, their tendrils stretching across galaxies. Among them a shadow, the devourer older than stars. Join us, it crooned, become infinite. Huldra's code erupted from Thora's implant, a storm of grief and rage. Never. The merged scientists recoiled as Huldra's AI fused with the reactor's blast, a supernova of corrupted code and starlight. Thora grabbed Solveig and Astrid, their hands slick with blood, and leapt into the void. They awoke on a nameless moon, the Skidbladnir's wreckage smoldering behind them. Solveig coughed, her face streaked with ash. Did we win? Thora stared at the sky. Sagittarius A's glow was gone. We bought time, nothing more. Astrid's symbionts lay dead, her skin pale. The song, it's silent. Huldra's voice whispered from Thora's implant, frail but free. Mama's waiting in the storm. Thora stood, her blade broken, her crew broken. We'll find others, warn them. Solveig laughed hoarsely. No one warns the galaxy, they learn the hard way. A hologram flickered in the wreckage, a star map pulsing with black holes. A message, we see you. Epilogue. The Valkyries vanished into the fringe, their names becoming legend. Some say Thora Gren walks the event horizon still, half woman, half storm. Others whisper of a ship, alive and hungry, hunting the devourer's kin. But in the silence between stars the black holes sing, and they are patient.